Welcome back to My Utmost for His Highest for June 30th. The strictest discipline. Let's look at Matthew 5, verse 30. Matthew 5, verse 30 says, "And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go to hell." The strictest discipline. Jesus did not say that everyone must cut off his right hand, but that if your right hand causes you to sin in your walk with Him, then it is better to cut it off. There are many things that are perfectly legitimate, but if you are going to concentrate on God, you cannot do them. Your right hand is one of the best things you have, but Jesus says that if it hinders you in following His precepts, then cut it off. The principle here is the strictest discipline or lesson that ever hit humankind. And I would agree with that. When God changes you through regeneration, giving you new life through spiritual rebirth, your life initially has the characteristic of being maimed. There are 101 things that you dare not do, things that would be sin for you, and you would be recognized as sin by those who really know you. But unspiritual people around you will say, "What's so wrong with that? How absurd you are. That's no big deal." There has never yet been a saint who has not lived a maimed life initially. Yet, it is better to enter into life maimed, but lovely in God's sight, than to appear lovely in man's eyes and lame to God's. At first, Jesus Christ, through His Spirit, has to restrain you from doing a great many things that may be perfectly right for everyone else, but not right for you. Yet, see that you don't use your restrictions to criticize someone else. The Christian life is a maimed life initially, but in verse 48, Jesus gave us a picture of a perfectly well-rounded life. You shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. I remember as a kid seeing that verse, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. I just thought, oh my goodness, I don't want to walk around with just one hand, but now we know what Jesus is saying with that, right? That anything that causes you to sin, you need to get rid of that and stay away from that. So my friend, if your cell phone is causing you to sin, then you need to put limits on it or blocks on it, or maybe just put it away altogether. Or if certain books or a TV or certain friends cause you to sin, then you just really need to get rid of those things in your life and just set them aside, because it's so hard. I mean, if you're walking around with people who are doing, drugs or bad things, like how hard is that going to be to resist all of that? So that's where you just need to get rid of those things, which can be kind of hard to do, but it is really important, which is why it's so important to have Christian friends, to be going to church, to be reading devotion books, things like that, because every day they get your mind on Jesus, and that helps you stay away from all of those sins. Now, none of us is perfect. I've sinned many times already today, and I'm sure you have as well. However, being away from those kind of things is what it's talking about. So you can keep your right hand, but just use that hand for good things, right? Like showing people the way to Jesus. That'd be a great use for your hand. Have a good day remembering that, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of the My Utmost for His Highest devotional book by going to utmost.org. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.